Hey guys, today I'm going to add an LPG tank check monitor system to my propane tanks on my camper. Now, we just recently purchased the camper and we've been on a couple camping trips, but I have not checked the levels of the propane. There was no gauges already on it or anything like that. So I wanted to go ahead and check it because we're going on a camping trip to the Great Smoky Mountains this coming weekend for a long weekend. I'll be using propane to heat if needed, for the hot water, for cooking, and for the refrigerator. So I want to go ahead and check the levels in the tanks. Now, when I pulled the tanks off, this tank feels empty. It's really close to empty if it's not. My second tank's down here and it feels full. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to go ahead and install the sensors because I want to see how it reads empty, and then we're going to take this thing, get it filled up, and I'll check it again and see how it reads when it's full. So I'm pretty sure these are made for the 20-gallon tanks, and I'm pretty sure this is a 30-gallon tank. So I'm not quite sure how accurate it will be. That's why I want to go ahead and install them before I get it filled up. So I'm going to go ahead and get these sensors synced with the app on my phone, and we'll see how this thing reads, and then we'll take it and get it filled up. Okay, so once you start the app, it should start scanning and trying to find these sensors. So let me get this opened up. And I've already read the directions, so I have an idea. Now, these things have magnets, and the magnets are here, and this is a rubber pad, and the rubber pad needs to go in the center of the propane tank on the bottom, and the magnets of course hold it to the propane tank. You need to make sure there's no excess paint or rust there on the bottom, and the monitor goes inside. Now you can put that in if you have other monitors inside the camper, but you can put that inside the camper. And there's a couple screws here to attach the monitor, and it has feet here to attach to the bottom of the tanks, which basically just if it's low to the ground or the whatever it's sitting on, it will keep the tanks from crushing the sensors. Got to have your Bluetooth enabled. Now it's scanning, and this says tank 1. You can see that I already marked tank 1. So press it once and it is supposed to locate the sensor. It's scanning for the sensor. Nothing yet. It first said for the app to press this button once, but it also said for the monitor to press it 5 times. Okay, 5 times. Look at there. New device, tank level empty. So we don't have it attached to anything. So you can see that. New device, tank level empty, and it shows the battery power on the sensor. So let me set up tank number 2. It does say once you start the monitor, it will never go back into sleep mode. It's only in sleep mode from the factory. Okay, it just located it. So, okay, there you can see both devices are synced and it's ready to go. It's still scanning for other devices. So I could get more sensors for other propane tanks, but it's showing empty because they are not attached to a propane tank yet. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get this one synced and ready to go. As it flashes. Okay. Okay, once it's synced, it is ready to go. It stopped flashing. It shows empty. And okay. Now it's flashing again. And tank number 2. Okay, it's synced. It's good to go. It's showing empty. Okay, so you can see that it says tank 1 here and has a green indicator here, and this says tank 1 and a green button. This one has tank 2 and a black button. So you press it and it wakes it up and shows they're both empty. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and install these rubber feet. There's 3 for each tank. There's 6 total, and basically these are just to prevent the tank from crushing the monitor or the sensor. So just spread them out there, and this one is the full. I'm going to go ahead and make this tank number 1. And again, this rubber pad here between the magnets should be in the center of the bottom of the tank. It's pretty close. Okay, now that I have that installed on tank number 1, I'm going to go ahead, set it up, let the propane settle, and we'll check the levels on my phone and on the monitor. Okay, now that the tank is upright and the propane's had time to settle, I'm going to check tank number 1 because that's the only sensor I've installed. And there on the monitor it shows 100%. I'm going to go ahead and check the app. Okay, not sure if you can see this good, but on the app here I have 2 devices connected. That's tank 1 and tank 2. I thought the bottom would be tank 2, but this is going to be tank 1. Now it says new device, tank level 100%. You can go into that. You see the battery is full. The signal strength is all full signal. Quality says 3 stars, and tank info 100%. So this says device or new device, so you can go in and you can change it. Now it's actually a 30-pound tank. I need to change that. I can change the name of it. Okay, I've changed that to tank 1. I changed it to 30-pound vertical, and the alarm threshold, done there. Okay, so the alarm threshold there is 20%. I can go in and change that and make it higher or lower, but basically it will alert me and let me know that the tank is low once it reaches 20%. The tank level units you can do in percent, in inches, or centimeters. I'm going to leave it there at percent. I'm happy with that. So we'll go back out. Okay, this is tank number 2 sensor, and again the rubber pad goes in the center of the tank, and that's pretty close. I'm going to install the feet pads. Okay, for tank number 2, I've installed that sensor, so I'm going to check it now. And it is showing really low. So let me go into the app and change the size of the tank. So this tank 2 is still under new device here. Tank level 13%. So let me go in and look at the battery is full, signals full strength. Quality, so it shows 2 stars. And it shows the tank at 13%. So let me go in here and change this to 30-pound vertical and 20% threshold. I like that. Just leave it percent. Go back and see what it says. Okay, being a 30-pound, it changed it from 13% to 8%. So that's extremely low. Now that I've changed that, let me check the monitor. Okay, since I've changed it in the app to a 30-gallon tank, it still shows yellow. So, not sure how accurate this monitor is because there's no way to change the monitor to let it know it's monitoring a 30-gallon as opposed to a 20-gallon. We do have that option here in the app, and I like that a lot. So we know that it's 8%, which is basically empty, which is what I thought. So Okay, as you can see, I marked this as tank number 2. That matches the sensor, so that once I open the app, I'll know which tank is low, which tank needs to be filled, and it won't be hard to figure out. There on the front of the camper is covered up with this plastic cover, and without some type of markings and the sensors being on the bottom, it'd be hard to tell. So now it's marked. This is the tank that is showing 8%. I'm going to take it, get it filled up, and then we will see how it's reading after that. Okay, so I've just got back from getting the tank filled up. It's a 30-pound tank. It costs just under $30 to get it filled up. It's $29 and some odd cents. So, well, that's pretty reasonable, I thought. Not too bad. So now it is definitely heavy, and it feels just as heavy as the tank number 1. Now, I've already installed the sensor. I put it back on the bottom, and now we will check the app and the monitor and see what tank number 2 reads. Okay, after having the tank filled up, you saw before it was empty, or actually is only yellow, and let's check it now, and it's full. Tank number 2 is full. Now you can see tank number 1 is at 97%. Tank number 2, I just had it filled up 100%, and let me make sure I have that on 30-pound tank. Yep, it's on 30-pound vertical tank. Quality 3 stars, signals full, batteries full, and 100%. Okay, I've reinstalled the tanks on the camper, on the front of the camper here, and I've selected the left one to go first, and you can see it's green right inside that little window there. It was red when I had them disconnected, so the pressure, I guess, makes it go green. But I've selected this one. I've got this one turned on, this one's turned off, but everything's good and snug. And let's check out the app, see how it connects here. And of course it's showing 100% for both. Updated just now. Well, that's pretty cool. 3 seconds ago, 4 seconds ago. So that shows that the app's connecting to the sensors, and again, the sensors are underneath, they can't fall out. I do have the little pads on there. It's kind of holding it up a little bit to keep from crushing the sensors. We'll go in and check the inside. Okay, so I installed the monitor here just inside the door, and it came with 2 screws. I chose to use some 2-sided tape. Use a Gorilla, I think that's 30-pound tape. Stuff's not going anywhere. I just didn't want to drill holes in here with possibly a chance of hitting wires that's behind here. So anyway, let's check tank 1. Okay, it's reading it. When I first installed it here, before installing the tanks back over here, it was not reaching the Bluetooth or connecting to Bluetooth because the tanks were another 50 yards out toward my shop. Let's check tank 2. Awesome. Both tanks showing 100% here and on the app. Okay, I just want to show you real quick the benefit of having the app or the monitor on the inside, because we have this cover on our propane tanks, and you access it by popping this little lid. And even if you had a gas gauge anywhere up here, it would be hard to see because all the hoses are up under here. So it's beneficial. Definitely going to benefit me to have the app or the monitor on the inside. Okay guys, that's it. That's the LPG tank check system. It's the sensors and the monitor made by Mopeka products. Go check it out. I found mine on Amazon for about 80-something bucks, and that included 2 sensors and 1 monitor. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.